Hi everyone, it's Amy. I have actually a share, and I think I'm going to do just a part of a tutorial for my shaker ornament. And this shaker ornament is pretty large. Let me measure the width of that. I used my largest circle, so that's about 5.5 inches. So what I did, I'll quickly share how I did that. The paper I used is the Let's Bokeh in the Snow collection, and I believe that's We Are Memory Keepers. I don't have it handy, but it has some nice snowy colors, and I picked green for some reason. I wanted a monochromatic look here. So that's the paper I used in the background, and then the two dies I used, you'll probably recognize as the Tim Holtz dies. And one of them, I have them right here, is Christmas Trees number 2. And then the other die is an Alterations die Reindeer Flight, which cuts out 2 reindeer. And I chose the one reindeer that's kind of leaping. Let me zero in so you can see the sequence. I didn't use a fuse tool for this. I used a wood burning tool, and I have to tell you, this was inspired by another YouTuber. Her name is TryHeart67, I believe, and her name is Vicki, and I'll put a link to her tutorial that she did for Christmas ornaments. Now hers were smaller, and she had like a village, like a little mini house, which was really cute. But I decided to see how large I could go, and I used my nesting circles, and I used the largest one that I had. So let's see, then I finished it off, and I'm going to show you the actual fusing together and putting in the sequins. But I put in some green sequins and some snowflakes in there. And I also put in some seed beads, which are like they're not white, but that shiny crystal. And yeah, what I used were the pockets for the Becky Higgins Project Life pages, and I had so many extra, and I just decided to cut one up. I finished it off with this pom-pom trim, just with a glue gun, just glued it around the edge, and I sealed in underneath the pom-pom trim this silver twine and that little silver star. So there is my shaker ornament. It's kind of large for a tree or a package. Maybe it could be if you're really big package, but I just like hanging it up in a window or underneath a light. Sometimes I hang it on the little light switch underneath the light, and you know, underneath the lamp, and the light shines on all the sequins. So very simple. The next one I'm going to show you is partially done. I did a smaller circle. Let me zoom out a little bit. I did a smaller circle. As you can see the difference, it's a little bit smaller. And I used the bokeh paper, but in a different color. You can see, if you look really carefully, you can see the snowflakes. And if you notice the tree, I lifted up those little score lines. I cut them with my X-Acto knife and lifted them up to give them a little dimension. Put some stickles on there, added a little silver star, and then I put my deer on. And what I did is I had the die cuts come over the edge, which I cut after I glued them down. And then on the back, I put a sentiment, Let It Snow, because I figure this could hang up all winter, and I didn't necessarily want a Merry Christmas. So I used the Let It Snow stamp from Paper Tray Ink, and this is the set. It's called Christmas Cheer, and there's the Let It Snow. It's a lot larger than than what the picture shows. And I also use the little snowflakes here. And the colors of ink, I use the Dewdrop Brilliance in gold. And then for the Let It Snow, which I really like that color combination. It's hard to tell. It's not black. It's called Northern Pine from Memento. And it just gave that clean look to it. So what I did, this is the size pocket. It comes 4 to a page. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide this right in the pocket. And I'm going to leave enough at the top to put my sequins in. So I'm going to slide it down as far as I can. And then I'm going to place my die over top. And I'm going to put a couple pieces of washi tape. I think I'll put one right at the top and right at the bottom. And my burning tool is very hot, but it's been heating up, so it's ready to go. And I'm going to start at the top. I'm not going to start way in the middle. I'm going to start down a ways so I have enough room to put in my sequins. And what's nice about this, you can burn it right through. It cuts off the excess plastic and it seals the edges, so there's no area you have to cut off. So let's give it a try. Hopefully it'll seal. And you don't have to go too slow either. Go right around. And I'm going to check to see whether I'm going too fast. Nope, it's sealed. So I'm going to keep going. I'm going to go on the other side of this. Tape. Is my head in the way? No. And then I'm going to carefully turn it. And go around. Now I'm going to peel off that tape so I can get underneath. There, I think that's it. I'm going to go to the top and I'm going to just put 2 lines to show my opening. Okay, put that tool aside. Actually, I'm going to, no, I'm not going to turn it off because I need it to seal the final hole. And you can, if you, well, that one's a little still together, so I'm going to go over that part again. Let's check now. There. So throw the excess away. And I'm going to then remove the die. It looks like it's all sealed. So just to make this easier to fill, I'm going to trim off that rough edge. And I'm going to get my sequins out. And I don't really have any blue sequins, so I do have snowflakes. So I'm going to put, well, let's start with the seed beads first. And I made a little filler. I'm going to put that in there. I hope I'm on, yeah, I am on frame. This little funnel thing I just made out of paper and scored it down the center so it's got a nice sharp point. I could have made the hole a little bit bigger. I hate when this happens, but it'll go. I'm going to put some more because it is a snowy day inside this little thing. Some went behind, but that's okay. It kind of adds to it. Okay, let me just put those aside in case I want any more. I think what I'm going to do is put in some iridescent clear ones. Yeah, those look pretty. Put some more of those in there. Boy, that almost looks nice just as it is. But I'm going to add a little bit more to it. I'm going to add these snowflakes. These are kind of small snowflakes. I like those. I got those at Joann's. Let's put those in. And I think it needs some more, maybe a couple of silver stars to go with the top of the tree. Oh, I know what I need, which I added on the last one. Let me go get it. It is plastic snow. And I got this last year. It comes in a big bag and it's a mess. But I'm going to close this up since it is such a mess. And I'm going to add some of this snow in there. This poor deer is just going to be in a snowstorm. Okay, let's see how that looks. Shake it up, mix it up good. Hope I didn't put too much. It's kind of covering up the deer. What do you think? I bet this is the first shaker card you've watched somebody do where they added too much. And they have to take some out. Trying to grab just the snow. There. So, word of caution is be careful with this snow because it can easily get too much. So, what I'm going to do, I don't want to do the pom-pom trim like this one, so I think I'm just going to leave it as is. And I'm going to close up the top. And maybe I'll put some puffy paint or something around the outside. You can smell it burning. There, I kind of like it just plain. So I think I'll experiment with some puffy paint, but there are two types of ornaments. And thanks, Vicki, for that tutorial. And needs a hanger. I'll just glue one on. Or you know what I'll do is I'll make a little punch there and put some on. And my silver cord. Well, I'm not sure where it is right now. It's on my table. So I'm going to just imagine the silver cord in there. I might put a little star at the top like this one. And there you have it. So there's my little shaker ornaments. I hope you like them. Like I said, go over to Vicki's channel, and she has a few shaker things going on in her channel. So go check her out, and we'll see you soon, guys. Bye-bye.